Warhammer 40k is a huge universe. I know when I was first starting to look into it, the intro video that I watched for just a background of the basics was 45 minutes long, and it left me with way more questions than answers. I was so confused about all the different factions and what 30k is versus what 40k is, and what even is the Horus Heresy. When I looked into the books that were available, I was hit with a huge list of dozens of books from different eras, about different factions, and I honestly didn't know where to start. I remember searching through multiple Reddits that all said different things about where to dive in and how best to go through the Black Library offerings. So I wanted to share with you my recommendations so that maybe if you're still wondering whether or not it's really worth tackling all the complex lore, maybe some of these picks that I have will help ease you into it. So the place I would definitely recommend someone start if they're going to read the books is with the Horus Heresy series. You definitely either need to watch a lore video about this era or understand at least what happens at the beginning and the end of it. You could read the first 6 books of the series and perhaps read a summary of the last few. This should give you a good foundation of what's going on in Warhammer and how the Imperium has deteriorated so much by the time of 40k. However, if this seems like it might not be for you, I can definitely recommend the Eisenhorn Trilogy. This is where I started because it was highly recommended on all of the top 10 lists. But anyway, if you're looking for some mystery mixed with some action and basically a crime novel set in 40k, this is the place to go. The series explores different approaches to what is right and wrong, and it dives into the philosophy of fighting fire with fire and becoming the monster you set out to destroy. If by the end of the trilogy you find yourself wanting more, there are the Ravenor and Beckwin trilogies. But if it's not your cup of tea, the Eisenhorn trilogy is pretty self-contained, so it won't leave you hanging too much, and you can always move on. Alright, if neither of those interested you, might I recommend the comedic series about Caiaphas Cain and the gritty series called Gaunt's Ghosts. Both of these book series are decently long and not super lore heavy. Like, you can understand them without doing a ton of background research. I would definitely recommend at some point that you listen to both of them all the way through or read both of them, because I think they provide a unique insight into what it would be like to be a normal human in that universe. I find the characters a little bit more relatable and less monolithic than Space Marines. But inevitably, you will still want to learn about different Space Marine chapters. We all do. That's usually why we're here. There are a few different ones to choose from, but the best series that I can recommend that you should check out are the Space Wolf trilogy, and obviously the sequel trilogy for that, and the series that follows the rise of Dante of the Blood Angels, and one of the Ultramarine book series. If you're looking for a good strategy to start learning about Warhammer, I would recommend moving through these different categories and seeing which one you like best. You can always start with whichever one interests you most, but I definitely recommend you hit all 4 of them at some point. Within each of them, there are more books to read than I have listed, but the ones that I have should give you at least a good idea of whether or not you like them. Cool, well, I hope you will give them all a read, and let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments. I should say that I haven't read all of the Warhammer books yet. I'm probably halfway through. So there may be some that I haven't read yet that should be on this list. If you think I missed one that people should really check out, let us know. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.